Warning, this episode might make you a little bit or a lot hungry. And that's definitely not a bad thing. I've got a great recommendation for you. But before we get into all of that, I want to introduce to you Farm to Feast in Ithaca. I'm going to talk with Jason and Mary. We're going to head over there, and let's just get right into it. All right. Can you guys tell me what on the menu, or I guess anything that you've seen that people keep coming back for? Because I think that's the thing people want to know when they come in. What should I start with?
I think ramen's been our biggest hit. We met someone in Green Star and they're like, "Are you the ramen people?" And it turns out we were a little bit. And so that's given us a unique way to connect as close as we can to getting to the farms. So all the bones come from Cudlin's Meat Market, and they get from the local farm where they get their pork and beef bones. And then a lot of the veggies we're able to use come from Stick and Stone. And the goal is, as we continue to grow, to really connect with other farms to different veggies. And we can put anything into the noodle dish. We lean towards turning it into ramen for the fall and winter. We started off with a s'more stand over where reuse is, trying to find something that was a little bit warm that we could basically cook. It wasn't so chilly as the weather was starting to turn. So we could just do some ramen and we could easily hold it up there. And then suddenly we're making massive amounts of ramen at the Press Bay Alley and little things like that. So that's given us kind of a start into those things. I think the broths that I make are a little bit different than anyone else is doing. Yeah, and that kind of hits our theme as much as we can. Like, we make the show pecan bread, but still there's less local components, mostly due to the cost and time it takes to make the bread. But the goal is to continue to grab on those things.
Nice. I can confirm the ramen is very good. We had it last week. Yeah, loved it. Me and my wife had it, and 2 thumbs up. So I also recommend that to people. Just in case someone's not a ramen person, I don't know who they are or if they exist, but if someone's not into ramen, what's like maybe the next thing you would recommend for someone?
When we have our sandwiches, we do offer some free versions. We're trying to work with a gluten-free bread maker or make some of our own at the same time. But the sandwiches have similar components. It's a very tiny kitchen we're working out of right now. So I have to cross-utilize menu items just due to space and time constraints. The sandwiches come out on a great soft bread that we bake 2 to 3 times a week after we're done here. And those are our big main components, but the idea is to continue to have different specials. So on the weekends, I do a few different specials as well. I did a black sesame waffle this weekend, and I had a coconut cream and a Szechuan whipped cream on top of that. I haven't really seen some of these ingredients or components around with what anyone else is doing. So that's our idea, is unique, and then the nod, since we're in K-House and not just Asian-inspired influence a little bit. But we tried to think of a brand that didn't pigeonhole us into any idea. There's worldwide flavors everywhere, so we're excited to keep expanding in any direction we can. So I got some brisket 2 weeks ago from the K-House guys. Nice. Like a brisket grilled cheese. Yeah. So whatever we end up getting, what can I turn it into or play with a little bit? So that's the fun thing, is bring sort of specials and ideas along those lines.
What's been anything surprised you as far as the response, what people are, or maybe what people are asking for? Have you guys had any surprises as far as starting here? I know you've been involved in food for a long time, which we'll get into that, but is there anything that surprised you as far as people wanting or liking, or has it been pretty
It's a little bit of both. We let the customers guide us a little bit into where they want to go. So we got plenty of radishes from Stick and Stone, but that's not a great component for the dish. Like, I'll see those things come back, so I'll start to use less of those ingredients. Maybe I can find something else to own as well. Our biggest surprise is marketing side of things. I think as we gain more of a base, usually in my past experience, everyone starts to trust you a little bit more and a little bit more. I was in healthcare for about 3 years, and we did a dinner once a month, and they would get booked like 4 months out because they just trusted whatever I was going to make. That's the idea here, is we grow into these things and people trust and, this is good all the time. This is what we want it to be and do. And then we showcase different ideas and what we can express. And then feedback from our customers. Like, we just emailed and talked to Zoe from the Downtown Ithaca Alliance to make sure her sandwich she took home, how was this to go? Did you like it 2 hours later when you ate it? I want to know all those things. So how can we keep adjusting to make the food better and the experience better? So that's our biggest idea, is kind of design an experience around whatever we can come up with.
All right. We just had Mary walking in, and this was a good sign because she was helping someone who came in for some food this morning. So I want to ask both of you, how did you end up doing this? What led you guys to being here and me talking to you today? I'm just curious.
I try to eat as local as possible, and it was something that has been very important to me for a very long time. So when we started dating, Jason was eating healthy but not local, and so we started doing CSAs and finding these ingredients that other people aren't using. Like kohlrabi is one that's grown all over the place here, and no one really uses it or knows how to use it. So we ended up learning how to use it in several different ways. And we've noticed that there are some restaurants that use local ingredients, but we thought that we could add a new flavor and a new flair to that. That has just been our journey of just trying to connect to local farmers. It's the way that we want to live our life. We like to have a garden at our own house, but it's a work in progress. So we're trying to practice what we preach, this is a way of living that we're hoping that we're able to spread to other people.
All right. Jason, anything to add on to that?
We both quit our jobs in October to jump into this. We had a good response showing up at the stand when it started with reuse. And we talked to the customers, and we had a sort of a different demographic over there with people passing through. And if we'd have started a little sooner, it would have been a little more steady. But we started off over there, ended up with a ramen, and then did the Press Bay Alley event. And my friend Hannah, I worked with at Agave years ago, was friends with Alina and doing all the marketing for her. And they came by on, I think, our second event in December. And we're like, oh, we like what you're doing. You like what we're doing. We just working on the place. You guys are cooking for me. So
Awesome.
it just fell into our lap literally, what's 3 months?
Months before we opened.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
we didn't know what we were going to do or end up. We were looking into farmers market, and we've been working with Green Star selling the bread and a couple other items there for most of this time period. So we weren't quite sure where things were going to line up, and this just fell into our lap, and we were lucky enough to own a restaurant and start a restaurant with not a whole lot of capital, and just here you go, have at it. So it's been an awesome surprise, and Alina's been a great host and helping get us supported. She helped with electrical work and getting things started. So we've been really lucky and gratuitous to just everyone's coming together to really help us out. The Downtown Alliance has been great supporting us. Got to be friends with John, our landlord, and they come in and eat. And we just really want to keep building on these relationships. And I think that's where it leans into us connecting back to the community and farms. How do we just create a good relationship, everyone around our community? So that's I think our core value right there.
We've had people get excited about vegetables, which makes me happy. We've had adults get excited about vegetables again, which is, we had someone ask us what the green thing was, and it was a bak choy. And then someone else said, your carrots are amazing. A warmed up carrot. It was nothing else. There was no salt or pepper or anything. But
We got a guy who's my kids ate all the vegetables, so great. But we should be excited about those things.
Yeah.
How can we really show what those flavors are and keep it expanding out and be unique in different ways? So we're excited about the food can lead us where it wants to go.
Yeah. So speaking of food leading you, this is one of my favorite questions. Is okay, I love your food, but where do you guys go? What's a place or a dish that you like? Well, it could be nearby, could be anywhere in the Finger Lakes. What do you got?
Let's see. Here we lean towards some curry a little bit. Sometimes it's fast and easy and a little simple. And then we like to get out Finger Lake wise. We've been going to Delhi and traveled out that way a little bit further.
like Franklin and stuff. If we find somewhere cool, we like to go venture. I went to Geneseo this summer to go hike up there, and I found this little coffee shop that had a taco truck out back called Cosmic Charlie's, and they make their own chorizo and everything for their tacos.
Oh, awesome.
Just like a little hidden gem.
Yeah.
So I think we like to try to find spots like that. Whenever we're going to go on a day trip, we try to find some cool little spot randomly.
Yeah.
But
we tried out that place, the Asian market up in Syracuse. We've got some bip and bops. We're always looking for something that's a little bit unique or something that
we do love kitchen here. We like there's the tar chicken wrap. It's pretty tasty. Those little wraps that they make are unique and fun, and they try to get a bunch of stuff locally. And I feel like they add a freshness to most of their dishes, which is nice. Some fresh herb or something that makes it good.
All right, then I guess wrapping back to you guys, what's coming up? Anything that you want to tell people about? Anything you're excited about here? The home garden, anything, I guess, if you want to share with everyone about your home garden.
We need help for that. Anyone that wants to help, we're okay with that.
Right.
Advice is needed.
Yeah, we're good at the finished product, cooking and everything. So we've been learning how to grow. So Mary's more into plants than I've been, but we built kind of a greenhouse. Our neighbors had just donated to us last year. So we put that together and did some tilling and got compost and got some things started.
Yeah.
But so we're in a learning process, and this year we probably have less time doing this, and who knows what else is next. We're potentially looking into the farmers market and some other events, so like whatever downtown Ithaca's doing.
Yeah.
So we'd like to try and figure out how to be a part of those. At the moment, it's just the two of us. Hopefully, can train people in this role and us step into different roles and keep growing as our company tends to expand.
We are really getting into fermenting things and
Ooh.
koji specifically, which is what you use to make miso and soy sauce. We're really getting into experimenting with our food with koji and other fermenting ways. One of our goals for the future really is to educate people and teach them. And we've talked to Green Star about maybe doing some potential classes there to teach people either how to use their veggies in their CSA box or how to ferment things and how to preserve things. But educating and enlightening people is definitely on our horizon. So that's the focus, I think, for the future a lot.
Thank you guys both. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching that. I really hope that you get out and go by, say hi to Mary and Jason, swing by Farm to Feast if you're in or around Ithaca. Give it a shot, whether it's a breakfast, lunch, whatever it might be. It is well worth the stop.